I think we've mentioned before that Trap and Rogue, their rates of improvement and their rates of aggression, it feels like it's faster than some of the other ex-military players. We have seen Trap take it to some big names. I think it was in the most recent WardiTV festival where Trap came second. Trap came second place in Wardi's tournament last month. I think to do so, Trap, he defeated Nightmare. I think he beat Björn, Gumiho, Shin. Like, Trap, he beat some big names to come second. He came second only to Clem. Clem took him out in the finals. And, like, what? I mean, it's Clem. So, it was a rough finals, at least, from Trap, but he made it to the finals, and that says something. Here in this weekly, though, something to bear in mind is that the level of play is very high in the Korean Cups. Because of that, even though Trap went down in the round of 16, I mean, we've seen Max Packs go down in the round of 16, like we've seen like big names fall early on, just because of how competitive this bracket is. So I would say that Trap, no, he's actually really good, and he's shown that in tournaments, in a lot of games, but alas, rough start today. Rough start in this weekly, but here we go. We're jumping into game one, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkyone, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss for Blacklist International. Cannon rushing, it is Creator. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have going for the golds, getting cannon rushed, it is Shin. Here we go. Now again, this is a reactive forge from Creator. I actually mentioned this in the series against Matt, if you remember, how it is very commonplace if the Zerg player takes the gold on Alkyone. It's very common for the Korean Protoss players like Creator, like Hero, like Classic, like Trap to respond with a forge before expanding with a cannon rush. The goal here is to force a cancel. It's not to kill Shin. Oh my god, Shin reacting quite hard to this, pulling the boys. Bold move out of Shin. He wants to probe. Oh, he does want to, trying to get us around on the cannon as well. Probe goes down. The cannon gets surrounded, and Shin, he's going to be able to hold on. It's only one probe. Second, Zealot is on the way, but the cannon looks like it will barely go down. One drone falls. He gets one drone. Only one drone. Ay, ay, ay. The cannon rush fails. And Shin, he's holding. He will hold on to the goal base. Yeah, a rough start for Creator. That should not have happened. Only one cannon, no second cannon, no SimCity. Zealot gets surrounded. Z. Oh, and this is a really rough start for Creator. Like, he invested so heavily. It isn't just the investment, it's the delayed expansion. The late Nexus for Creator. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Shin coming in for the surround. Up. Trying to catch out the Adept, doesn't quite get it. Adept slips away. And Creator, he's still threatening the middle line, gets one drone, but no! Oh my god, almost gets caught. Does end up getting one worker so far. Oh, sorry, two drones even. Second Adept has arrived. Creator, he can still threaten the middle line, he can still get some worker damage. Gets almost another drone. Oh no. Oh god, not like this! Creator, he almost gets caught out. So much hull damage dealt on that Adept. Link speed kicks in. And Shin will chase down the final Adept. Behind this, the natural base just now getting up and running. Meanwhile, Shin, he wants the Adepts. They're quite low. No shield button behind this. The Adept, it's under threat. He can go for it. He can knock down this wall. Adept goes down, Lings, they flood in. The wall is not a wall. It's wide open. GG gets called, and Shin will take game number one. Whew. GG. Oh my god, a very intense game one. Again, unfortunately, Creator, he kind of undercommitted to the cannon rush, but more importantly, Shin pulled the boys, and that is a reaction you do rarely see when trying to deal with a cannon rush at the goal base. So Creator, he wasn't expecting it. He was expecting all the boys to arrive to focus on the cannon. In the end, it was worth it for Shin. He got the probe, he got the cannon in the end, he saved the expansion, and he got ahead from there. Creator, he had to force a cancel or get a kill on the natural base, and alas, wasn't quite able to pull it off. GG, well played. Creator caught with his pants down, and Shin takes a lead. Shin does take a lead, and now we are getting ready for game number 2. Now, I'm hoping we can sink our teeth into this series. Game 1 already in the books. I'm hoping for a bit of a longer one here in Game 2, but we'll see. I mean, we're going to be loading into Site Delta, so SHIN isn't going to be tempted by a gold base. Likewise, Creator won't be tempted to Cannon Rush, so we should be seeing something more standard so far, here in Game 2 at least. We go. We're jumping into that second game. And we'll see, again, how the story ends. I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping we can sink our teeth into this match, into this best of 3, but the pressure is now on Creator. The pressure is on. Looks like our players, they need some time. They need a little bit of time here. Wait, I wanted to double check the WardiTV Festival. Earlier he defeated, it was Nightmare, SHIN, yeah, Gumiho. He had a good showing. Again, just these weeklies can be brutal. Speaking of, I mean, okay, game 1 already ended. Did already complete, and here we go. We're getting into game 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have the red Zerg player representing Diamond Gladiators, leading the series 1-0. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the other South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Blacklist International. It is Creator. As Creator does send a very fast probe across the map to try and delay the expansion. Is going for his own gate expand back at home, and it looks like he will get it returned. Oh, barely not. Whew. Barely doesn't get there in time. SHIN will be able to expand. Does get his hatchery on location. Just in time. It's very close. Very close, but SHIN got there in the end. And as we calm things down, we can settle in. As mentioned before, a lot of what happened in game 1 was because SHIN rushed into the gold, so it forced a reaction out of Creator. Now, we can just settle down, get into a Stargate, into Oracles, into a third base, into something more normal. At least for now. I should also emphasize that SHIN is not a very normal player. SHIN is very aggressive, very often in the face of his opponent, and willing to spice things up. So coming into a more standard kind of game state, my eyes are going to be on SHIN. To see if he goes for earlier gases, earlier lair, earlier roach warren. See what he embraces. For now, we're just running up. We see Creator just being as annoying as possible, does mine through the minerals. We'll get the hell out of the main. Does pull away. Stargate has been thrown down. Interesting placement with the Stargate. What I was about to say, based on the positioning of the pylon, is this looks like hidden tech. It looks like a Twilight Council or a Robo Opener. Stargate is interesting. This could be a Void Ray Opener instead. Hoping to lure in an Overlord to try and scout. And also to hide the potential follow-up here. If it is a Void Ray Opener, I mean, it could be into a fast Fleet Beacon, into Tempest, could be a second Void Ray behind it. I'm curious. We'll see. I mean, it could even just be Void Ray to Oracle. For now, Stargate is done. And it is going to be Oracle first. But for now, it is actually rallied into the main. On top of that, it was a Stalker follow-up here by Creator as well. Now, again, usually when you open up Stalker like this, it is to deny the scout. It's to keep the Overlord pinned at the pillar. Unless it's anything but here. And speaking of getting the Overlord, Creator, he wants it. Oracle has arrived, has high ground vision, can chase down the Overlord. And with that, Shin is going to be in the dark as to what comes next, assuming the Overlord falls. Creator getting a third. Second Oracle's on the way. And Shin has to play safe. He has to play it safe. Ooh, fast Twilight Council out of Creator. You have my attention. This could be Glaives. This could be Glaive Adepts from Creator. That would make the most sense based on the build so far. Just because it's been hyper fixated on denying any kind of scouts. On the flip side, we saw a very similar build from Creator against Matt, where he went into fast Blink, into like Blink Stalker aggression. We'll see. We'll see if it's going to be Glaives or Blink. Oh, that's going to be Glaives. There you go. Glaive Adepts are on the way. And there is potential. If Shin, if he skips the Roach Warren, if he skips the Baneling Nest as well, then Creator can snowball out of control. So now we know why Creator did open up the way that he did. We see the reason why he was hunting down the Overlords, trying to keep Shin in the dark to the Glaive Adept aggression. Now this is not an all-in, and Shin is getting a Roach Warren in the main, so he's playing it safe. If he skipped this Roach Warren, then he would be in trouble. But Shin now has access to Roaches. But does he make any? That's the next question here for Shin. If he skips Roach production, if he drones and makes more Lings, then Glaive Adepts, they can pop off. Shin moving out. Going for the surround. Ooh, gets two. Shield battery's not done. Massive pickup. Yeah, two Adepts, they get surrounded. Boys are being pulled. Yeah, strong start for Shin. Hits the natural, going for the Stalker. Trying to force another warp in. Stalker is going to go down. Adepts, they do get here in time, but they will reveal themselves. And now Shin knows. Oh, he just rode. Uh-oh. Shin, he just made workers. He needs Roaches. There we go. Roach production has begun, but this is late Roach production for Shin. He's walling up as quickly as possible. Oh, fully walls off. Adepts have arrived. That's a lot of Lings. Ooh, and we commit to the shade. The Lings are here to punish. Glaive Adepts are good, but there are plenty of Lings, plenty of Queens, and Creator, he does get surrounded. Okay, the Adepts, they cleaned up. Roaches pop out as well. And that's not what Creator wanted. And the downside about what just happened here, sure, he traded with Lings, but everything is delayed. The Forge, +1, Blink, Charge, Immortal production, Arco production, everything is delayed, or was delayed for the Glaive Adepts, and it hasn't been worth it. Not so far. Here comes the second wave. Creator hits the northern base, gets a Queen. Not even. The Queen survives. Adepts, they get surrounded. They do shade into the third, not bad. Roach is somewhat in position. 5 drones go down. That's some damage. But I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to look. It is how many? 25 Adepts for 6 drones. Not what we're really looking for, unfortunately. Again, it's been a lot of Adepts, and more Adepts are on the way. And now Shin is getting ready for his counterattack. We have Roaches, we have Ravagers. Shin actually droning. Never mind, he's droning up, getting into +2, getting into Roach speed. Baneling Nest is on the way. Looks like Shin is looking to max out on Lingbane Roach Ravager once he gets up to 4-base saturation. So Shin, he's just getting further ahead. I do think that Shin could have gone for like a counter all-in to try to punish Creator. I mean, looking at Creator, like this is the army. This is Creator's army, just a handful of Adepts. Immortal production, I mean, there are 2 Immortals here at the natural, but the 3rd base is exposed. Yeah, and Shin is getting ready. He's looking to knock down those rocks. Will be delayed. Shin getting up to 84 workers. A solid drone count. Getting his 5th base saturated. And now he's focusing on purely army production. Lings, Roaches, Ravagers, and Banelings. That's all Shin needs. And SHIN needs another minute or so to max out. And it's going to be on Creator to somehow survive this. Now he's got 2 shield batteries, he has an overcharge, has a cannon. This will help. He's got 3 immortals. What he's really lacking here is Archons. He's got 2 Archons here at the 4th. More stasis traps, more shield batteries, more everything. I mean, Creator knows that something's coming. He knows that he didn't do enough damage and that a counterattack is imminent. And shit is maxed. Setting up a Link Bane run by towards the natural. The natural is wide open. SHIN coming in to distract. Catches out the Adepts. Bailing's going for the mineral lines. Bailing's will roll in. And Creator, he will pull away in time. Main army pulls away as well. Oh no! Oh, just one Bailing. So far so good. Creator's holding. Meanwhile, SHIN did not pull the trigger with the run by. Not yet. And that immortal count, it's getting higher and higher. Up to 5 immortals so far. That's a lot of immortals. That first push did not do enough for SHIN. Not yet. He's getting ready for the second wave. This time towards the natural and the third. Bailey's they run in. And the natural base is wide open. And it is compromised. They bust into the mineral line. Bailey's towards the main as well. Creator is trying to warp in, trying to hold on. Bailey's they crash in anyway. Take on the Zealots at the same time. Ooh, does take a stasis to the face. Does take a stasis. Creator, he's holding on. Again, a very high-tech army, but a very small army for Creator. Lings, they dive in. They find another immortal. No, the immortal goes down. Pylons as well, keeping everything depowered. Slow warp in to defend. Forcing a recall. And Creator, he's just being pulled apart. I mean, again, he was always down in army supply because of the failed Glaive Adept aggression. As SHIN backs off, remaxes. Behind this, thankfully, SHIN is teching, so we have a Spire on the way. The Hive just finished, so SHIN, he can even try to tech into Broodlords. It'll take a little bit. It will take a little bit of time to actually get into that kind of tech structure, but SHIN has that available. Archons are moving out. Here comes a mass surround. It's mainly Ling, though. The Lings, they come in. Nice starter stepping with the Archons. Immortals are going down, but Creator, he can break through this. And Creator, he still has the death blow of an army. He can still make this happen. SHIN bleeding out a lot of his army there. But Creator, he pulls back. He does pull back home. Doesn't feel too confident, which is allowing SHIN to remax. Again, Creator, he has the more efficient army. Straight up. His army is more efficient. Which is why SHIN, he has to fight early on. He has to trade, buy himself time to rebuild this army after each fight, and keep things going with a better economy. Meanwhile, Creator, he's stabilizing on 4 bases, back up to 62 probes. He's now focusing on rebuilding those Archons. There's that Greater Spire. And again, like this transition into Broodlords, it's not too seamless for SHIN. Once again, Creator, he can still win this game, 100%. If SHIN takes one too many bad fights, then Creator can punish real hard and real quick. Speaking of Creator, he's pushing out. Roach Ravager is exposed. A lot of Roaches, a lot of Ravagers going to be falling. SHIN trying to set up a counterattack, but Creator, he's not stopping. Lings bust in, but Creator, he shouldn't turn around. Lings, they cripple the economy. They get into the mineral line. And Creator, he's going for the kill. He's going for the kill. And again, SHIN, he has to engage early on. But it might just be too late. On the Vials! He ran down on the army. Bailing trolling it as well. Good Bailing connections. They take down most of the Archons. And SHIN looks like he's going to be able to hold on. He cleans up the Archons, takes down the Immortals as well. And the upgraded advantage paying off. Corruptors, they arrive, they're doing their part, taking down the Oracles. And with reinforcements, it looks like Shinny has enough. He cleans up the army. GG gets called. Shinny holds, and Shin will take the 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Again, Creator, he was completely all in with that army. It was all or nothing for him. It was taking some good fights, that is true, but again, the longer the game went on, the better it was for Shin, because Shin was able to rebuild his Balings, his Roaches, his Ravagers. He was able to rebuild that army, and eventually was able to bring Creator down. GG. GG, well played. Shin will advance on to the semifinals, where he is going to be waiting for his next opponent for quite some time. Oh, GG. Let's catch up on the bracket and figure out what exactly is going on and where we should go as well. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat if you guys want to have a look back at yourselves.